Here we go. Oh, no, not that one. Wait a minute. Wrong song. Now we're going to tell you all a true story about the last of the Red Hot Mamas. All right? Her name was Mary Burt Norton. And she was otherwise known as the Queen of the 88's. That's right. Now, when I was 10 years old, I'd been playing the piano for 7 years, but I could not read a note of music. And one day my mama and my daddy, they said, "Kelly, it's time you learned how to read some music. Might come in handy someday." They were right. And they took me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different piano teachers. And every one of those old ladies said, "Well, you play all right, but this playing by ear is not gonna go around here. This boogie-woogie thing has gotta go. And every time I'd go home crying. And my mom looked at my dad and she said, "You know what? Something's not right." And she got an idea. And she said, "Kelly, come on with me and don't cry no more, because this time we're going to see the Queen." So we went down to 5th and Arundel Street at Emporia, Kansas. That's right. And we pulled up to a little brown house about the size of this stage. And out walked Mary. She's about 5 feet tall, just about 5 feet wide. She had herself a bright red wig on her head, and that woman had a ring on every finger. She was waving a cigarette around in the air, and she looked at me up and down and put her hands on her hips and said, "Child?" She said, "Child?" She said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I do not want to take piano lessons from you." Now remember, I was only 10 years old at the time, and she was scaring me half to death. So she said, "I don't feel like teaching any, so it's all right. I asked you what you want to do." So I put my hands on my hips, looked right back at her, and I said, "Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. All right. I want to boogie-woogie. That's what I want to do." Then all of a sudden, everything changed. She dropped that cigarette. She took me by the hand, and she said, "Come on. Come on, come on, come on." And we went inside of that little bitty house, and the main piece of furniture in that tiny living room was a chocolate brown baby grand piano. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. She said, "I want to sit down, play a little song, and you tell me if that's what you want to learn how to do, all right?" And I said, "Yep, I'm ready. Come on." So she got her wig ready. She got her rings ready. She sat herself down on the piano bench, and she went like this. She looked at me and she said, "Is that what you want to learn how to do?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah. I sure do." And that's when the party started with the queen of the 88's. And you know what? She's not really gone now. 'Cause she's in my right hand. Yes, she is. She's in my left hand too. She's right here in my heart. And tonight in Kansas City, she's gonna play with me for you. And here we go. She was just a young woman in 1933. She was playing the piano in the Church of the Calvary. But when the congregation left, the preacher went home. She made sure she was all alone. That old piano just shook with a boogie-woogie beat. And it went something like this. She used to go swinging at the Eagles Club, dancing with the girls, having great big fun. The boys jumped up, threw down their cigars and shouted, "Play that boogie-woogie, play it." They to the bar and they said, "Mary, Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. Hot dog, you should have seen. I know you say the same." They started shouting about Mary. They said, "Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. There will never be anybody else to take your place." I believe I'll take your place right now. Oh, yeah. Now Mary's gone on up to higher ground. She can still make me smile when I hear that sound of that old piano. I swing and I swear I'm the one that's shaking Mary's visit today. Thank you, Mary, Mary, Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. You should have seen her. I know you'd say the same. I want to tell you about Mary, Mary, Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. And there would never be anybody else to take your place. Gonna tell you one more time, Mary, Mary, Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. You should have seen her well, I know you'd say the same. Everybody's talking about Mary, Mary, Mary Bird Norton, you're the queen of the 88's. There will never be anybody else to take your place. No, no, there will never be anybody else to take your place. I know it's a long song.